All right, so boom, you got yourself a Hellcat ScatPack RT, right? Charger, Challenger, Durango, Trackhawk, Jeep, Ram, whatever the case may be, right? Mopar, you got yourself a Mopar. You want to keep it protected, right? You don't want to spend $500 to $1,000 on a car security system. You don't want to drop $1,000 on CompuStar or $1,000 on Viper. I get it, I understand. You don't have a garage. Maybe you live in an apartment complex, a townhome, whatever the case may be. You don't have a garage, understandable. You want some sort of car security that's going to either slow the criminal down or completely stop them from stealing your car. But you don't want to break the bank, and you happen to want to do it for under 50 bucks. I got you covered. I'm talking old school, around the wheel does not turn, thick steel cable, pause, connected to your seatbelt, and only you can unlock it. If they break in and they try to steal it, they can't turn the wheel. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in a car that makes this a car vlog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. We've got car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So first off, disclaimer, if I start sweating, it's okay. I just left the gym and I got on like 3 layers right now. I'm trying to, cut weight. So if I start sweating, don't call me a fat ass. I'm just leaving the gym. But anyway, so you guys know that I push CarLock heavy on the channel, and I'm going to keep pushing it because it's legitimate. But a lot of people say that's not enough. You need something else, right? CarLock is just enough to notify you. But what happens if you're not close enough to your car to get to your car ASAP? Maybe you're at a football game. You know what I'm saying? Carolina Panthers, they're losing, obviously. But you parked your car in a parking deck, and that parking deck is a mile down the street, you know what I'm saying, downtown Charlotte, and you get a notification that there's a vibration detection, right? You know that you don't have any other extra security on your car to slow them down or stop them aside from CarLock. CarLock is doing what it's supposed to do. It's telling you that there's something going on with your car, but you know, like I know, that if you don't get there in a certain amount of time, your car is gone. So you want something else. I made a video about third-party car security systems, CompuStar, Viper. A lot of you guys said, Knockout, that's cool, but that's an extra $1,000 coming out of my pocket that I don't have. I feel you on that. I understand that. A lot of people don't want to drop $1,000 on car security because it's one of those things like, let's be honest here, like when you buy one of these cars, you want to make it louder, you want to make it look cooler, you want to make it doper, right? Somehow, some way, some shape, some form. I get that. You don't want to drop $1,000 into something that essentially you can't see, that's really not going to make the car louder or better or any of that. Told you guys I'm sweating and it's hot. But you want something else. And you don't want to break the bank. So let's go old school with it. Let me show you what my homeboy put me on to. Old school, steel cable, tied around the steering wheel, right? Plugged into the seatbelt. This is how it looks. Thick steel cable, and only you can unlock it. And I got the key. My homeboy put me on this because he has a Hellcat Charger. Actually, let me get out the car and show you what it looks like. So that's what the setup looks like all together. And as you can see, you can't turn the wheel. It's connected to the seatbelt, plugged in directly to the seatbelt, thick steel ass cable, or thick ass steel cable rather, connected to the seatbelt. All right. Now, this is similar to the old school bars that people used to put in their steering wheel, but it's a little more modernized. It doesn't look as stupid, and you don't have to worry about accidentally turning your wheel and breaking your damn glass like I did in my Honda Civic when I was in college. But let me show you how it works. You get 3 keys. Just plug it in. And then boom, it's released. Take it through the, dang, I hit the shit out of my camera. And now it's free. All right, so let me put you up here. So this is what it looks like. Steel cable, tough as shit, you know what I'm saying? Like you can jerk on it, you can do whatever you want. Thick steel cable. I'm not going to show you the company because I'm not promoting them, because I'm not getting paid from them. Car anti-theft lock. I'll put the link in the description where I got it from. Got it from Amazon for 31 bucks. Hella reviews. A lot of people like it. Thicker steel wire, sturdy and durable, comes with 3 sets of keys, universal fit for 90%, 99% of cars, adds peace of mind and protection. Yeah, this comes from China, so I'm not promoting that. But this is what it looks like, guys. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, you put it through your steering wheel. You come like that, and then you stick this part, which is literally just a, let's see if we can get that in focus there. I know we can. There you go. You see, it goes right into your seatbelt. And it's locked in. You cannot turn the wheel. You cannot fully articulate the wheel when this thing is locked into your steering wheel, right? Now, with that being said, is anything perfect? No. But let's be real here. A lot of these thieves are hitting these cars real quick. They don't bring tools when they break into your car. They just break your damn window, and they either have the key fob replicator that we've talked about in the past. Shout out to CarLock. Literally, as I'm talking here, it's enabling my security. But they either steal your key signal, or they break in and break your damn dashboard and all that stuff and get into the wires and all that shit. I've seen that done too. But 9 times out of 10, they're not bringing any heavy metal tools. They're not bringing a damn saw. They're not bringing a hacksaw. They're not bringing a drill. They're not bringing a, you know, that big scissor thing that people use to break locks on, you know, when you squeeze it or whatever. It's escaping me right now, but you know what I'm talking about. They don't have the type of tools required to snap this thick ass heavy, you know, cable here, this cord, this cable. And this thing is sturdy as hell, you know. It's sturdy. It's not going anywhere, and it connects directly into the seatbelt. Is that going to stop them from breaking into your car? No. They can obviously break the window, and if you got $1,000 of cash sitting on your seat, it's gone. What it will do is either completely stop them or slow them down enough that you can catch their ass. And that's the point. If you're running CarLock and you're running this thing right here at the same time, you're bound to get a notification for vibration. If they're in the car and they're yanking on it and they're trying to jerk it, they're trying to jerk it out of the seatbelt, or they're trying to jerk it off the steering wheel, you're going to get some sort of damn notification from CarLock. At which point, that's when you get your ass outside and you handle business as our Second Amendment allows us to. Shout out to CarLock. Literally, as I'm talking, I can't make this up. It's tripping. Vibration detection. But that's what I'm saying. To my point, as the thief is breaking into your car and they're trying to steal your shit, you get a notification. Even if you don't get a notification because you don't have CarLock, you should have some sort of peace of mind that the motherfucker that's trying to steal your car, that's trying to break in, they don't have the tools necessary to break this thick steel cable. Not to mention, your seatbelt is pretty damn solid. It's pretty damn solid in the body of the car. Like, I've never seen somebody's seatbelt just yanked out. That's just me. And it connects directly into your seatbelt, henceforth the seatbelt connector that looks similar to a seatbelt, you know? Now, the purpose of this, like I said, is to slow them down enough to where if you're using CarLock, you get a notification, or completely stop them altogether, piss them off, and then they go running. You've got a legitimate car security system, including CarLock, and CarLock is what, $14 a month, or $49 one time, and then I think it's like $10 or $15 a month. And then you got a one-time $31 steel cable that you can throw under your seat. You can throw it in the trunk. You can throw it in the glove compartment box, depending on how you want to fold it up. It's not like those old school crowbars that you put in there that stick out like a motherfucker, and it's so big and heavy and it's all over your car. Not to mention, it just looks stupid. Like when people look at your car, it looks stupid. Because I remember I got clowned in college one time for that, because I drove a Honda Civic at A&T. And my Honda Civic at the time had already been stolen once before. And I went to, this is before Amazon was really popping. Oh no, I did get it from Amazon. I went to Amazon and I got that thing, the wheel lock, and I put it in there. And I remember these girls was walking out of CC's Pizza, and they clowned me because they was like, oh, that's like up north. Like apparently a lot of people at the time, or even now, was using those things up north. And they was like, oh, we haven't seen that since, you know, New York. And I was like, well, whatever. But it's discreet, but it's also bright as hell. So if you don't have tint as dark as mine, my tint is so dark that you can't see on the inside of my car. But if you don't have dark tint, they will see that your shit is locked up, at which point it's not even worth it at that point. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't have any sort of heavy metal tools to snap this cable, to break it, to whatever the case may be, to render it free. And not to mention, if they break into your car, they start your car, and they try to drive the damn thing, they're not going to be able to make right turns. You know what I mean? Like, why would you break into somebody's car and your punk ass can't make right turns? You may be able to make a left to a degree, but you can't make right turns, so you're not going anywhere. You're going into the tree or the car in front of the car that they're breaking into. So it's one of those things, like, it's not even worth it. Now, is the system perfect? No. I mean, there are criminals out there that's walking around with, heavy duty Black & Decker tool sets, tool kits that could probably break into your car and snap this steel cable like it was nothing, and then, they've got your Hellcat and it's gone. But if you're using CarLock, and this is where CarLock comes into play, if you're using CarLock in conjunction with this, between vibration notification, engine start, and them trying to jerk on this and yank this out, your ass should be at your car in a decent amount of time. A lot of you guys said, listen, I like CarLock, but it's not enough. Or I like CarLock, but I want something else. I like CarLock, but it's really not a deterrent, or it's really not a deterrent as much as it is just a car alert security system, which it really is. It's a car alert security system to alert you that something's going on, but it's certainly not going to stop anything from actually happening to your car. That's where something like this comes into play. A lot of you guys wanted a more budget-friendly option instead of, CompuStar and Viper. Those security systems will go anywhere between $500 to $1,000, not to mention you've got to pay somebody to install it. So that $500 could turn into $650, that $800 could turn into $1,000 flat. I understand that. A lot of people don't want to drop that money on the car. I get it. The reality of the situation is, we've got to be honest. A lot of people have priorities when it comes to these types of cars. And one of their priorities is not going out and dropping $1,000 on a car security system. They would rather drop that $1,000 on a AWE exhaust kit or a graphics package, or tinting it out and putting some speakers in the trunk. I get it. Like, let's just be honest here. That's the culture that we live in right now. People want the sound, the look, not necessarily the back end that can secure the sound and the look. And I get it, and that's where more budget-friendly options like this. I know a lot of you guys are looking like, I can't believe he's got a $30 old school. It works, though. My homeboy was the one that put me onto this, and he drives a Hellcat wide-body 2022 Charger. I happened to see it in his car. I'm sweating. I told you guys I was going to be sweating like crazy. But I was filming his car. He's got a wide-body Hellcat Charger. And I'm like, yo, what is that? And he showed me what it was, and he was like, bro, I got this from Amazon for $31. And it's one of those things where every single time he parks his car, he just plugs this thing in, And it's one of those things like, you just put this through the steering wheel, you come around, you got it locked like that, and then you plug that into your seatbelt. $31. So if you guys that want to go out, that don't want to break the bank, don't want to overextend yourself when it comes to car security, I understand that. There's more budget-friendly options. Now, is your window going to be broken? Probably so. There's nothing you can do about that. If you're stupid enough to actually leave valuable stuff in your car as you go into your house or your apartment or your townhome or whatever the case may be, all that shit's gone too, But that's where CarLock comes in, because you should get some sort of notification. What I'm saying is, the perfect budget-friendly security system is CarLock and something like this. You can go this route, or you can go the old school crowbar look, that that big bar that plugs into your steering wheel and has that long bar that stands out, and you just stick the key in there and unplug it and collapse it, and whatever the case may be. You can go that route too. I think this is a little more modern, not to mention it's a little more discreet. So when you're done with it, you can just put it under the seat, you can put it in the trunk, or if you want to fold it up real nice, you can put it in your glove compartment. And like I said, it comes with 3 keys, so if you lose one key, you should be straight. I don't know of anybody that's had any issues with it at this point. I literally know 3 people that are using this, 2 of which are Hellcat owners. So don't act like this is some sort of cheap, ghetto option, because it's not. Like, I know people that are actually using it, So between CarLock and this is a more friendly, budget-friendly car security option, as opposed to going the CompuStar route or the engine kill switch route, because a lot of people don't like the engine kill switch, because as effective as an engine kill switch is, I've heard of engine kill switches messing up people's cars, because they're not wired correctly, or it's just a cheap engine kill switch system to begin with, you know? So that's something to keep in mind as well. But ultimately, guys, the purpose of this video is if you want to go the budget-friendly route, you can. You know, I know a lot of you guys are probably seeing on Amazon and probably seen these things and was like, there's no way in hell I'm putting this on my $100,000 Hellcat or my $60,000 Scat. A lot of people are. A lot of people in my city, Charlotte, North Carolina, are. That's where I got the idea from. When I was talking to my homeboy, he was like, you should really do a video on this. And I was like, you know what? For $31 and it actually works, might be a good idea, man. Thick steel cable. You know, you can get this in red, you can get it in yellow, you can get it in black if you want to be more discreet. I went with red for obvious reasons. You can go with yellow if you want it to be real bright and kind of let people know off the rip that you've got something in here. As far as the positioning of the steering wheel, ultimately you want to put it in a position, you don't want to put it in this closest one to you. You know, you don't want to put it in this hole here because it's not fully extended, and there's a chance that even if they break in, they may be able to turn it enough to get it maybe on the street or something like that. You want to put it as far away from the seatbelt as possible, like up here, or at least in this one. Not this one that's too close to the seatbelt and it's not going to be tight enough. Shout out the CarLock tripping as we speak. It's not going to be tight enough. You want to put it up here as far away as possible. That way it can completely stretch out and it's as tight as possible so that there's literally no movement in the steering wheel. So, guys, you know I'm always looking out for you, trying to keep budget options in play and trying to keep everyone's financial situation in mind when I make these videos. Because the reality of the situation is a lot of people don't have $1,000 to drop on a CompuStar security system or Viper security system. I understand that. So if you don't, or you do, you just don't want to spend that kind of money, check out the old school, tried and true, cheaper options. So that's it, guys. It's been your boy Knockout 360. Like I said, I'm not going to mention the name of the damn company because I'm not getting paid by them, but I will put the link in the description where I got that one, $31. It seems pretty legit, guys, so it might be something that you might want to check into to secure your car. See you guys in the next one. It's been your boy Knockout.